The hallway was unusually silent, wrapped in a calm that felt almost sacred. Soft blue floors stretched endlessly beneath gentle overhead lights, reflecting a sterile glow that belonged more to a hospital than to a place where wild creatures walked freely. The walls, painted in soothing shades of blue and white, seemed designed to ease fear, whether human or animal. In this quiet corridor, something extraordinary was unfolding. A man in a crisp white lab coat moved slowly, every step measured, every breath controlled. His name was Dr. Elias Monroe, a wildlife veterinarian known not just for his brilliance but for his deep respect for the creatures he treated. Years of experience had taught him that animals, especially predators, could sense intention far more clearly than words. Fear invited danger, but calm invited trust. At his feet, resting on a padded medical blanket, lay a sleeping white tiger cub. Its tiny chest rose and fell steadily, pink nose twitching slightly with each soft breath. The cub's fur was like freshly fallen snow, glowing under the soft lights, marked only by faint silver stripes. One paw rested loosely near its face, claws retracted, completely unaware of the world around it. Just a few feet away stood the cub's mother. The adult white tiger was massive, powerful, and breathtaking. Her pale blue eyes never left the man. She stood tall and still, muscles coiled beneath her flawless coat, every instinct alert. Though calm on the surface, she was ready to protect, ready to strike if the smallest threat appeared. This hallway, clean and controlled, was still foreign territory, and she trusted nothing except her own instincts. Dr. Monroe slowly knelt beside the cub. His gloved hand hovered in the air, stopping inches before touching the sleeping form. He paused, not because of fear, but out of respect. He glanced at the mother tiger, meeting her gaze without challenging it. Years ago, he had learned that eye contact with wild animals was not always aggression, it could be honesty. "I'm here to help," he whispered, though he knew she would not understand the words. Still, animals understood tone, and his voice carried nothing but patience. Earlier that morning, the cub had been brought in after collapsing in the sanctuary enclosure. A sudden infection, rare but dangerous, had weakened the young tiger rapidly. Immediate treatment was the only reason it still breathed peacefully now. The mother had refused to leave its side, even when sedation was offered. So the doctors adapted. They always did. The hospital corridor had been cleared, transformed into a temporary treatment space. No loud machines. No sudden movements. Just quiet, light, and trust. Dr. Monroe gently placed his fingers against the cub's side, checking its temperature. The cub stirred slightly but did not wake. The mother tiger's ears twitched, her tail flicking once against the floor. The sound echoed softly through the hallway. Dr. Monroe froze. Slowly, the tiger lowered her head, sniffing the air. She took a single step closer, her massive paw landing silently beside the cub. Her breath was deep and steady, warm against the sterile air. "She's watching," Dr. Monroe reminded himself. "And that's okay." He continued the examination, careful and precise. He checked the cub's breathing, its heart rate, and the healing injection site on its small leg. Everything looked stable. The medicine was working. Minutes passed like hours. The mother tiger eventually lay down beside her cub, placing her head near its body. Her eyes never closed, but her posture softened. It was the closest thing to trust she could offer. Dr. Monroe felt a quiet sense of wonder fill his chest. In all his years, he had treated lions, wolves, bears, and creatures many considered monsters. But moments like this, moments of silent understanding between species, reminded him why he chose this life. Power did not always roar. Sometimes, it rested quietly in a hospital hallway. When he finished, Dr. Monroe slowly withdrew his hand and stood. He stepped back, giving space, lowering his gaze respectfully. The mother tiger rose slightly, sniffed the cub, then looked back at him. For a brief second, time seemed to stop. Then, she turned her attention fully to her child. The cub shifted, letting out a tiny, sleepy sound, curling closer to its mother. The adult tiger gently nudged it with her nose, a gesture filled with instinctive care. Dr. Monroe exhaled softly. The danger had passed, for now. As he walked away down the blue-lit corridor, he knew this moment would stay with him forever. Not because it was dramatic or loud, but because it was quiet. Because it proved that even the wildest hearts could recognize kindness. And in that silent hallway, guarded by a white tiger's watchful eyes, life continued, fragile, powerful, and deeply connected.